Hi guys, it's your girl Saria.
And I'm Sherry, and you're listening to
Her Untold podcast.
Right then, let's delve in. So I have asked ChatGPT to give us some controversial subjects to talk about. They're really interesting, so I'm really interested to hear your opinion on some of these ideas, and also I'm sure you're interested to hear mine as well. So let's dive into it. Number one, is marriage still relevant in 2025? So we're talking about tradition versus modern relationships, divorce rates, and whether people are happier without marriage.
I genuinely think, and I've said this before this question came up, I think like our kids' generation, I don't think marriage is going to be a thing. I think it will be like a minor thing, but I think people are going to live together, have kids together. But I think because of the divorce rates, I think it's just changing everything.
Yeah.
And I do think it's like a money-making thing for... It is like the amount you spend on a wedding.
I know.
The amount of money. And then not only that, the amount you spend on a divorce. Obviously, if you're going like through solicitors and stuff, it can add up. Like, I feel like it's just one big fat scam.
Do you think you'd get married again?
Ooh, good question.
Are you open to marriage if you found the right person, or you just don't want to do that again?
Right now, I don't think so.
Okay.
But I don't know. Like, say if I found a man and he really wanted to get married and it was like a deal breaker for him and I loved him so much, but best believe he better be whipping out his pay slips, his bank statement. I'm sorry, he's got to understand the trauma I went through because I married someone that I thought it's open. You need to know this stuff before.
Yeah.
And you would think a normal person would be honest about X, Y, Z. Like
how much money you've got
lifelong things, not living a whole secret life.
Yeah.
So...
Or like be honest about like what do you do for work? Like,
yeah.
Why is that a secret?
I know. Like, so I think I would, but I don't, the man should understand if I want physical proof of stuff.
Yeah.
I think I would do that if I got serious with anyone anyways. I would, and they need to understand why I'm like that.
Yeah.
I would need genuinely, guys, you might think I'm a weirdo, but I do need to see all the proof.
She wants to see your folder of application.
Send me a CV.
Your CV.
Send me a CV.
Yeah.
And then we can chat. No.
And references.
But I don't know, like, it's a good question, but I just don't see... I think the point of marriage is, I think it's just been taken out of, like, marriage back in the day, I mean, I'm going to commit to you forever, I give you these vows.
Yeah.
And now I feel like people are just taking the mick with that. They're not committing to you forever. They're not being vowing to you. Someone commented on my post because my video went viral. I got married 2 years today and now I'm getting divorced. Someone put, wow, you didn't stick to your vows. And then all these people came at her like, I'm sorry, the man didn't stick to his vows.
Yeah.
So if you got lied, cheated on, abused on, you would stick with to your man because you did the vows. No, he broke the vows. He broke the vows.
Yeah.
And I think this is the thing. I think a lot of people, not just men, are not understanding the vows anymore. So what is the point of getting married? It's like they just want a fancy wedding, but they don't.
But do you think it's a man that wants a fancy wedding, or do you think the woman wants to get married and so the man's just agreeing to it, not really understanding what marriage is? But also, I don't think women fully understand what marriage is. In our culture, it can mean that you can live together finally with the partner that you want to live with.
Yeah, see, this has got to change. I feel like...
Maybe what we were talking about earlier, you're right, that actually how my partner wanted to experience
I think
living
that's the
with
way
me
to do it
first.
because you only really know someone when
you live with them. 100%.
You can know them for years and years and years. And until you live with that person, you will really, really know them.
Yeah. And I hear of lots of marriages breaking down in the first year because they haven't lived together before. So I know like my parents absolutely did not want any of us living with our partners pre-wedding.
Yeah.
But I think that's a really big mistake because I think you really need to get to know the person. They could be a complete monster, and the only way you're going to know it is when you're spending more and more time with them and their personality.
As long as you're
comes
not being like too wifey for them, where they think, what's the point of getting married then?
Yeah.
Because I do think marriage is more women want it, whereas some men are like, but I do think men will want it because that's the way society sees you as like, you've got the wife, the child. That's kind of like what you need to, the image you need to create.
The perfect home image, yeah.
I think that is changing now. Like,
I agree.
I think back in the day, that's the image you have to create.
Yeah.
To be living the perfect life. And I think that's why men got married, because they're like, look at me. And I know that's what happened in my situation, because a lot of people ask me, why did my ex marry me? I'll tell you exactly why he married me. He married me because he thought to the world because he cared about his reputation. Oh, look, I've got a wife.
Status, image, reputation.
But I'll go live my secret life, and she'll just stay at home and just, not find out. But I did find out, and that's when everything changed. So
at least you weren't living under a rock, right?
Yeah, exactly.
You knew what was going on. You knew how to handle it.
Yeah, and there are some women that do find out and still stay because they feel like they can't leave, but that's a whole other subject. But personally, I would want my son to live with his future partner.
Beforehand, to get to know them.
Yeah.
I also thought it'd be interesting to touch on more and more older generation, older than us, that are getting divorced now when they're in their late 50s, mid to late 50s, because there's a whole sort of new life that they're living when they get older.
Yeah.
They realise that actually they married this person, had children with this person, but they no longer have interest.
And I feel like they might be doing it now because before it was
taboo. It was really bad. Like,
it was more taboo, yeah. Whereas now
it's more accepted.
It's still
in society.
taboo, but it's getting more common.
Yeah, I think also some of these older South Asian people that did get married back then were in arranged marriages, not necessarily forced marriages, but you got to meet them and decide if you did want to marry them or not.
Yeah.
Some proper arranged marriages. And then you find, actually, I don't have interest in that person anymore. And I don't necessarily think it's a bad thing if you decide not to be with someone anymore at whatever point, because I think there's a lesson to learn behind every relationship that you're in. So I think different people can be right for you at different stages of your life. I really, really believe in that. I think it's very rare to find one person that's right with you forever.
Yeah. So that's why maybe marriage, I don't know. This is why I don't know if I'd ever get married again, honestly. I think I've got so much trauma, but I just see what's the point? Like, what is it? Like, what is it? Literally, it's just like a legal
document.
It makes things more complicated. Like, guys, the divorce process has been literally one of the most longest jarring thing of my life. And if you've gone through it, you understand the emotional stress it can have on you. And it's kind of scary. It takes that quick to marry someone, but it takes that long to divorce them.
Yeah,
it should be the other way around.
Yeah.
They should really make you think about the marriage.
Everything is monetized,
it does feel like a little scam. I feel like I've been scammed by the system. I'm going to do a whole episode on the divorce process, by the way, because I don't think enough people know it.
I definitely don't.
Yeah, because I was telling Sherry a bit of it earlier, and she was just...
I was just flabbergasted.
And I wish someone told me this before. Because now I feel like I wasted 20 weeks doing nothing when
you could have been doing something, but I wouldn't know where to start with it. Saying all this though, saying that marriage is sort of fizzling out or divorce rates increasing, I am married and I am happily married and I don't plan on getting a divorce anytime soon, but I am also very realistic that actually someone that's right for you now, in 50 years' time, they may or may not be right.
And you are better off. Why would you, just because you're married, why would you stay in an unhappy situation?
You're not going to live in a bubble.
Even if they've done nothing wrong to you. Even if they've done nothing wrong to you, but you just physically are so unhappy in that relationship.
There's no point saying in
it. You get one life. You literally get one life. Like, why would you sit there unhappy?
If you're in a relationship and you want to travel, but your boyfriend doesn't want to travel, is that boyfriend right for you? Probably not. So it's things like that you need to really, really think about.
I was also going to say, like, I think before, a lot of people would say, like a lot of family members would say, no, you can't get divorced because what are they going to say? What are they going to say? You know, like parents. But now it's changing. Like, for example, my parents, when they found out what my ex-partner was doing, they were like, oh my God, like, you know, they didn't say you cannot divorce him, you have to stay with him, you know, because what's society going to say? They just wanted me to be away from that toxic person. They were like, no, you know what I'm saying when I said, they were like, yeah, good, like divorce him, blah, 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 because, and I think that's changing. I think as our parents are now understanding, they'd rather have a happy child rather than one that's just not getting divorced before. And I think that's why divorces are on the rise, because our parents are now more understanding. It's not just about what society thinks, it's about them being happy. And I know that in my own case, they just wanted me to happy. They were like, God, I hope you do not get back with him after finding out what some of the stuff I found out. And I was like, hell no. But some people, and there are unfortunately some old school people where their parents will literally know this person is literally, could toxic. Be evil, and they'll literally be like, no, but you have to stay married to them because...
What are people going to say?
And they are, unfortunately...
That's toxic.
Yeah.
Yeah, 100%.
The
But I
parents,
just think
those parents are just parents that say that to their children, that when they're knowing what's physically going on.
you don't care about your child.
Yeah.
You don't care. You don't care enough. I mean, if my daughter was ever going through something like that, I'd be like, leave 100%.
Yeah.
And also, I think this whole marriage thing and why our parents might want us to get married is so that they know we're okay and we've got someone that's committed
when you get
to
old
us.
and they're not here.
Somewhat like companionship. So I think that's the whole backing as to why the generation do want us to get
you're
married.
meant to look after each other as you grow old, and who's going to look after her when she gets
Yeah.
old. But you know what? I look after myself.
Look after yourself. There you
Look
go.
after myself. You know, I've been doing it long enough. But why not till the end?
Okay, number 2, should women out-earn men? Gender roles, money dynamics in relationships, and the pressure on men versus women. Really interesting. Okay, should women out-earn men? Yeah, why not?
As in, it's no wrong or right. I feel like, yeah, why not?
Out-earn him? Go
Definitely
on, do it.
have better brains than them. So why not?
There's that.
I feel like
Gender roles.
I do feel like men get insecure.
When a woman earns more than them.
Like my ex, I think, lied about his income because
You earning more than him.
Yeah, because he didn't want to look like
Loser.
less.
Loser. No, you're not a loser. I think it's just, if you're doing a job you enjoy, generally, you'll perform better at it and you may get paid more for it.
It doesn't. I always say to people, it doesn't matter like what job you do. If you're good at it, you will get to
The level you want to be.
I think even that's just changing. Like, you know, like back in the day, everyone would be like, go to university, go do this. I think even that's changing. I got a first class degree in maths, and let me tell you, the online fitness coaching makes way more
money
than that.
Yeah.
And I think even that's all changing.
Yeah.
Like, even my brother, he never went to uni, he did an apprenticeship and stuff. He's got in a really good job. And it just shows like now, again, it's like a thing for society. Oh, she went to university.
She got this degree, she did that, she's well educated. Oh,
No.
she married.
What is that
And it's also finding someone on the same intellectual level as you, that is also well educated as well. I think sometimes there can be some like discrepancies between, say, if you had got married to someone who wasn't very smart, right?
Yeah.
Their lack of intelligence when you're having a conversation, they wouldn't understand what you're talking about.
It really did happen. Like
it
is. It's so true.
It does make a difference, doesn't it? Being able to communicate with someone versus someone not having the vocabulary to communicate back with you.
It is, yeah. That is a very good point, actually. And I feel like, but I do feel like a lot of men do get very insecure as well.
Yeah.
When they're not, and that's when it can lead to lies and this, that, and it. When someone cheats and stuff like that, it's not because of the partner; it's because they're insecure in themselves.
Yeah.
So, and it is like, you know, to me personally, it's not about how much money someone makes. To some extent, obviously, you want some kind of financial security, yeah, but it's more about the ambition, like
the drive.
I find ambition so attractive. Like, honestly, ambition is like the most attractive thing. I see that, and obviously when I found out some of my ex's lies, I saw the ambition actually weren't there. It was just like a bit like ill.
The cracks start to form, and you start to see the truth versus what's a lie.
Yeah.
Okay, what about gender roles?
So like women being in like looking after the
so
home.
there's two ways we can talk about this. Yeah, so gender roles as in women looking after the home and being homemakers. And what about women that are doing that and working as well?
I feel like gender roles are changing quite a bit, to be fair. I feel like obviously there's still a lot of men that expect their women to cook, clean, you know, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
But I feel like it is becoming a bit more like where men will cook a bit more. Like I know, like even my dad, he cooks like once a week, I think.
Amazing.
He cooked noodles yesterday.
Did he?
Yeah, actually no. Yeah, he did. I think he's cooking the scissor right now, actually.
Oh.
But I feel like there is still obviously a lot of pressure on women to do more.
Yeah.
It is fact.
Yeah.
And it's not fair. It's not fair.
No. I grew up in a household where actually the women did take on a lot of responsibility, but I do think that was because my grandma lived in the house. So because she was that extra person there, she would take on the role of everything. The
master of the house.
So yeah, she controlled like the cooking and that sort of thing. So my dad didn't really have to do any of it. So we grew up in a household where the women did do more, but my mum was working full-time, my dad was working full-time, but my mum was also doing the most cooking and cleaning along with my grandma. So my dad didn't have to do that. Now, since we've all moved away from home, my dad is doing more than he was.
yeah.
But it's still very much, I'd say my mom does more than my dad.
yeah.
But they are like, they're in their 60s now. So it's like they're that generation of
I think,
people.
I think our generation is a bit more equal. But like I said, and I think when it comes to kids,
Yeah.
I think naturally, I think it's just a natural thing where women just will do more. I don't know what it is.
The dominant parent is the
Yeah,
mum.
it is.
Has
It's
to be.
just, I don't know if it's like a biological thing.
I think it
With-
is, yeah.
Yeah. Like there's just, you know, it's just obviously my ex ain't really around, but even when the very early days, there's just things that
He can't
do.
breastfeed.
Yeah, you can't breastfeed and all that stuff, even just settling them and
Yeah.
stuff like that. But even as they get older, like so let's say your case, because mine's a bit different because my ex-partner's not really around enough with my son to build the proper bond. But with yours, is there certain things you can do that your partner can? Like, 'cause I think even from like cousins, all that, where they're great dads, but it just goes back to, I think it's a biological thing when sometimes they just need their mom.
Yeah, so I definitely think that is the case. Elliot is heavily reliant on me. I do all like the singing, the nursery rhymes. He'll do the bath time and really good at getting her to like learn new things and play with her and be more interactive with her. It's like, I'll do her hair.
Yeah.
I'll know if she's ill before he knows she's
Yeah.
ill. I can smell it on her breath.
We know, we've got that, you know what it is?
That maternal
we've got that
instinct.
gut instinct.
Yeah.
I know, just know.
I know
something.
she's not well. I know she's got a chest infection before the
Yeah.
doctor tells me she's got a chest infection.
Yeah.
I know a bit more. I'll make sure that things are organised and sorted out for her. I'll wash her clothes,
Yeah.
hang them up and put them away. That's more of a control thing.
Yeah.
That's not because he won't wash her clothes. That is because, or our clothes, I
Yeah.
do the washing because I know how to make them smell nice.
Yeah.
Because my sister taught me how to make them smell
I
nice.
think it is I think when it comes to gender roles with kids, I think it's just a natural biological thing. And as a mum, like we're not going to mess with that.
Yeah.
Like if it comes down to the house, it's like, I'll leave that dirty then. What are you going to do about it?
Yeah.
When it comes to the kid, you're not going to like
gonna leave your
risk your
kids
kid, stinky or
Yeah.
this, that. You're not going to risk it with your kids. So
Like
you're
her
just
cot
going to step in.
sheets, I'm going to change them if she's puked on them. I
Yeah.
don't expect it. I don't even know if he knows where I put her
Do you know what it
bedding
was?
for
It's
her
so
bed.
funny the other day because the Rio was a bit ill, so I was having to do loads of stuff like snot sticker, nasal
Yeah.
spray, so much stuff, and he was just getting annoyed with me because I was having to do all this annoying stuff. Then like change him, put Vicks on him, blah blah blah, and he just wanted to be free. And then like my mum was obviously helping me do it as well. And then my dad comes in and he starts playing with him for her because my dad's like his playmate. Because me and my mum are having to do all the maternal stuff because my parents obviously help out a lot because I'm a single mum. And me and my mum obviously were doing all that day. And he comes in playmate and then he just wanted to stay with my dad when I was like, okay, come on. And then my dad got all happy like, ha ha, I'm his favourite now. I was like, no, it's just because you come in for 1 minute and you're like a playmate and he's just annoyed of me doing all this snot stuff. And you're just annoyed of me today because I'm doing all this maternal stuff that you don't like.
Yeah.
But
so I think the responsibility relies more on the mum naturally. I don't think that's because dads don't want
I've
to play
got a
that
really,
role.
really funny snot sticker. I can't say
Yeah,
it.
you what is it? You're going to save it? You're going to tell us?
Shall I say it?
I need to know.
So me and my ex-partner, we had a really, really like, a lot of stuff was going on ways. I was really, really angry at him. Really angry. And this was probably really petty of me. But anyways, then he came down and we had to speak about stuff. We just had to because we're going through a divorce and stuff. And then I was like, Aria was ill. And I was like, okay, go on then. Like, I have to do the snot sticker every day. I was trying to, but you know what I did? I was fuming. So this is, petty of me, whatever. So I was like, go on, I have to do this. I've been having to do this day in, day out. He comes along, once flying visit. I was like, go on. So I took the filter out. And he didn't know. I goes, go on, I have to do it. Okay, yeah, then, because obviously he was trying to like just say, yeah, whatever then.
I'm a dad.
And yeah, and then he did it. And I made him do it twice, made him do it later on that day as well. Like, go on, you have to do it again. But yeah, I literally.
Did it go in?
I think it must have done, because I'm not going to lie, sometimes I feel like I get a little bit of it and that's with the filter in.
Yeah.
And Rio's nose, bless him, it was so snotty then. Like, he was really ill, bless him. And he thought that's how it worked. And I'm like, yeah, this is how it works.
So,
Oh my
it's
God.
his son, I guess, at the end of the day.
I mean, yeah, it's his son's snot.
He needs to suck a little bit of snot. He needs to suck a
He didn't
little
know,
bit of snot.
obviously, how it worked, because he never had to do it.
Disgusting.
And I was, guys, I'm sorry, that was petty of me, I know.
Oh, no, it's hilarious. Okay, what about money in relationships? Should money be put into one pot and then the bills go out and then you have a little bit of money? Or should whatever you earn be your money, whatever they earn be their money, and then you put in for bills?
I think that, because I could never trust anyone solely with my money no more, because again, it goes back to, I know I always relate to my ex, kind of just, you know, the marriage I've just gone through, but that is where I've learned a lot of lessons, because one of the things I found out, he was gambling a lot of the money, and I literally used to say, don't, like, be careful what you're doing. And he did gamble away thousands of pounds, and there ain't no way I'm trusting him with my money. And after that, I don't think I trust anyone with my money. So yes, with the bills and the split stuff, I think, yeah, it's fine to put it together. But I think you always need your own. You need your
Safety
own.
net.
Yeah. And say if one day, I think when someone sent in a dilemma.
Something happened and they got no money.
Yeah, she ain't got no financial security. I'm sorry, but I've actually seen someone in one of my chats. I didn't see it properly, but they said something about all the savings, the guy spent it on crypto or something.
Oh my God.
This is why you can't trust someone. And even if you've known someone for 20 years and then you find out something and you want to leave and then they've done something with your money.
No.
You need your own backup. Honestly, you always need your own backup.
Yeah,
even if you've known them
trust
for
the
50
person,
years.
yeah. My situation's a bit different because I'm obviously self-employed. Yeah. My husband's self-employed too. So the way our money works, it's because we're self-employed, it's like a bit more complicated.
Yeah, like sometimes you might earn a bit more, sometimes he might earn a bit more.
It's a bit like
that?
Up and down, so it's never like equal. Sometimes one of us will out earn the other one. It's just what happens. So I deal with all the bills. I always have done.
Yeah.
So he will transfer me money for the bills.
Yeah.
And nursery, we'll just go halves on nursery. Nursery is like a mortgage.
Oh God,
quite literally a second mortgage.
The price of, and even like with the funding, like
we're paying like £700 and something a month for 4 days.
Do you know what? That's actually not that bad, because I mean, Rio's not going to be starting that much, so it's not that much. But my cousin in London,
it's over thousands. It's like thousands.
She said it was at one point like 2,000 a month.
Yeah. It's going to be
£2,000 a month and that's London, obviously. Yeah.
Okay, on to the next one. Number 3, do influencers exploit their kids online? Family vlogging, child privacy, and parents making money off their children.
So we both share our child online.
Yeah.
But we do it because it's the best thing in our life, and we want to share that because we don't make no money from sharing our children online.
No money's made here.
I think we both didn't. I think you didn't. I didn't only do it for like the first 5 weeks of Rio's life, I think.
Yeah, I think I was more like maybe the first 10 to 12 weeks I didn't show her face.
Yeah.
I was a bit scared because I think there was a lot of scaremongering about AI going on there.
Yeah. I think sometimes I do still get a bit scared.
So do I.
But then I'm like, there's always going to be somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I don't know, maybe I was a child model when I grew up, you know. No, I was actually a really successful one. Like I used to be like in like the post office, you know, I've even got a board downstairs. I used to be in like the Next catalogue.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, Gap.
So she's been working since she was
little. I was, you know, my mum and dad were using me for money.
There you go. They exploited her.
They exploited me. No, but I was a child model, and I was like I said, I wasn't like just, I was a good one. Yeah. I was in some top brands.
Yeah.
And I think because I've been grown up with like, I think I don't see it that bad because my picture was always out there, you know, from a child.
So you've grown up with it.
I've grown up with it. And so I'm like, well, you know, and I always feel like it's so, even if it's just easy to like, someone could just be walking across the street. You don't even know these days, someone recording like that.
No,
like,
I think you're allowed to as well. You're allowed
in a public spot, you're allowed.
Yeah, so you can record whatever.
You're actually allowed to record people in a public spot.
There's a guy that walks around Manchester just recording the public, and the public get really irritated.
But if it's in a public spot, you can't do anything
That's
about
what
it.
He says. So I think he even has bodyguards, and he's made a whole YouTube from it. Like he's made money.
But this is the thing. This is
from
why it's
exploiting
like,
other people.
It's so easy for someone to just record it, and we're just sharing what our life. And
I'm sharing things to help other people not suffer. And I guess you're doing that as well. You're sharing your story.
The amount of messages, and you guys will know this, every single day of women saying, thank you so, so much for sharing this. Like, it's literally what I've gone through or similar. And you're literally making me feel there is hope, because a lot of women don't think there's hope.
Yeah.
Or you're making me not feel alone, because it can be quite lonely. Like, my community online have helped me get through this as well.
Yeah.
I'm not just joking, because it's so much more common than you think. And the amount of women are like, thanks for raising awareness on this. This needs to be spoken about more. You know, someone even messaged me yesterday, was it like, thank you for helping me understand how to be there for my sister who's gone through it.
Aww.
So it's not just helping women that have gone through it, it's helping people
around them.
Yeah, and that made me feel so happy, because she's now become she's been there for her sister more, because she knows actually what her sister's going through.
Yeah, for sure.
So yes, I'm helping the women going through it and whatnot, but I'm also raising awareness for the ones around it, because I guarantee you know someone going through something like this.
100%.
And it's you know, and that's why we share what we do. But sharing our actual kids, is because my kid is the best thing in my life.
Yeah, 100%.
Yeah. And
I'll share my dog as well. He's also my child. Yeah, absolutely. I think some vloggers, we're not vloggers at the moment. We're going down that road. But
we are starting, but we don't make no money off our children.
No. There's some,
and if I do make anything, that'll be give him a better life. They'll go in their bank account.
Yeah,
I'm not gonna lie. I know I joked about it before when I said my parents explained it, but anything I made from modelling, they put it in my own like junior savings when I was.
Oh, that's so good.
When I was back then, and I ain't got no issues with it. You know what I mean? I made a bit of money when I was younger.
Absolutely.
Cool.
Yeah. I also think though there are some family vloggers. I've seen bits on TikTok where like YouTubers, American ones, where the mother was mistreating the children, and actually the viewers brought it up to the social services in America, and actually she ended up doing jail time. There was a lot of things she was making them have cold baths as punishment and stuff, or saying they weren't allowed to eat dinner.
That's just evil. Like that, I don't get that.
No.
I don't even.
And so that is actually
why would you even?
And filming them in the bath.
Yeah, like, are you that stupid? Like, what kind of mother would do that?
I know.
But there are some weird mums out there. Have you seen that unknown caller?
Yeah.
That I'm sorry. I just have a whole. As a mom, I can even as a person, I can't comprehend what was going through that person's
No, she's
brain.
a disgusting woman. And her poor child is so confused that she knows her mom did so wrong by her.
She's so gaslit.
But she's like, I can't wait to have my relationship back with my mom.
Like, imagine being brainwashed for all your life.
I know.
All your life, basically.
You're calling your child dirty
and telling her to go kill herself. I actually
Yeah.
think she wanted her to do that because she wanted that boy.
Oh.
But anyways, going back to what you said, I don't get being evil to your child. Obviously, no one will ever understand that. But then also vlogging it, what kind of stupidity?
I know.
People that actually need they just need their head checked.
I know. Right, next one. Is cheating ever justified?
No. You leave.
Emotional versus physical cheating, unmet needs, and whether relationships should allow more flexibility.
I'm sorry, unless you're in an open relationship which you've agreed on, that's not cheating then. So cheating is obviously when you're going behind the back and betraying someone. That is never justified. If you're unhappy, you leave.
I don't believe in having a secret partner, but I think if you can amicably have two partners and practice polygamy.
Yeah, there are people that have these
fine.
open relationships, but then that's not cheating, because that cheating is when you're doing it behind someone's back, and open relationship is not cheating because...
I've worked with people that have had open relationships.
Really?
Yeah. But
I don't think I ever could, though.
Oh, I personally couldn't, because I'd be way too jealous.
Yeah.
I'm not really a jealous person, but it's like my person's my person, and that's it. I don't want to share them. I don't want to... With polygamy, do they favour one partner over another partner?
Yeah, then do they have their main partner?
Can you eat? I think that's how... I've watched documentaries on it, and it's like they're married and then they want something to spice up the marriage, and then they end up having a third person.
Yeah.
So I don't know. It's like I wouldn't want to be the third person ever either.
No, and I just going back to the actual question, I actually feel like, what would you say? I feel like cheating is never ever.
No, it's never justified.
Even if someone cheated on you, you don't go then cheat back. You just go leave.
I also think if you have cheated, you should be brutally honest about it and just say that you have.
Yeah.
I think women cheat and men cheat, but I think if either or were to cheat, instead of breaking up with the person and saying, I don't want to be with you anymore, be honest and say what you've done, because I think it will eat you up alive, not being open and honest about it. And it's going to haunt you.
I did not listen. I said it so many times, because there was lies after lies each week. And he still didn't realise the truth of a major thing was going to come out.
Yeah.
Obviously, there's probably stuff I didn't find out still to this day, but because I can't be asked with it. But I'm sure if I stayed with them, there would have been more, but never.
Like a mountain made out of a molehill, when you could have just told the truth and it would have...
And you just have that, you still lose all respect for them, but you'll have that little bit of, at least you owned it.
Yeah.
And you took accountability.
You have a little bit of, I'd say a little bit of respect for them being
yeah,
honest
because you
about
actually
it.
took accountability, and I think that's a big thing. And to this day, a lot of people don't take accountability.
No, so I never got closure in my previous relationship. It's just sort of, he broke up with me and that was it. And I was heartbroken, but also he had no ambition, no drive. So I wasn't really, I was upset, but I knew that life would get better from there.
Yeah.
Because it was the second time we broke up. But I never, ever, ever got closure why we broke up. But then he was dating someone else within like a second of breathing. So I'm like,
Okay, he cheated. I'm sorry, but people that move on that quick.
I love that she's like, yeah, he cheated. He probably did. I don't know. He probably
I'm just
did.
so real when I will just say it, because the people that move on that quick, they cheated. Like,
Yeah.
how? Like, I just don't know how we could just move on so quick.
Yeah. Right then, the next one. Should women stop drinking? But I'm going to take this back to, should people stop drinking? The wine mum culture, alcohol and health, and whether sobriety is becoming the new cool.
So definitely think more people, you are yourself.
Sobriety is becoming more cool. I think so.
I think in terms of, I think drinking and binge drinking are two different things. I think having like an old glass of wine with your food here and there is okay. But I think the wine mum culture, I don't get that. Like, is that like on Instagram when you see like women?
I don't understand why I genuinely don't understand it. Why do some women, when the kids go to the bed, need a glass of wine every single night, or two, or a bottle? Why do people
And doesn't that make them feel, if anything, since becoming a mum, I drink I will literally have the odd glass of wine now and then. It might be every few weeks or whatever.
Yeah.
But whereas before that, it would be a lot more. But now as a mum, the last thing I want to actually do is, because it affects your sleep, you know, and as a fitness coach, I know how important my sleep is. Best believe I try and get my 8 hours every day. But
yeah,
my sleep is literally, I need it to function.
Same.
And alcohol really does affect it, you know. And since becoming a mum as well, I think it's less of a reason. So I don't get the wine culture thing. I think it's actually less of a reason to drink.
But just as men, so my dad never drank every single night when we were growing up. It was rare he'd even drink at home unless his friends or there was an occasion at home.
Yeah.
He'd normally go to the pub and go with his friends and not come back super pissed or anything either.
Yeah.
And I don't understand why, equally how we're talking about mums needing a glass of wine. Alcohol's a depressant. What is so bad that you need to let go? This is me. I'm not saying it's right or wrong. This is just my personal opinion on it. So please don't get offended. I do understand this is going to trigger some people as well.
Yeah.
Why do some men need to drink beer every single night until they crash out, or any alcohol every single night until they crash out?
That's what I don't get. I feel like people that drink to crash out and just forget, there's an underlying issue.
I agree.
Yeah, I think if you have a glass to unwind, that's completely different, because I do that. I love to just have a glass to unwind. Not every day, not even like every week, but now and then it's okay. It's, you know, sometimes it's nice. But if you're drinking to the point where you're crashing out at home as well, I don't get it. Like, I don't.
And if you've got
If
children,
anything, the next day you
feel worse,
you get the anxiety. Like, there's actually anxiety that comes with drinking the next day.
Yeah. And if you've got kids and you're drinking like that, kids pick up everything. They're going to see you drinking every single night and they're going to think it's normal. It's not normal. You're drinking to suppress whatever emotion
But then
you're
also,
feeling.
how are you going to show up the best parent the next day?
You're not.
So let me tell you something. So my birthday's coming up, my 30th.
Whoop, whoop.
And I've not obviously gone on a proper night out since I've given birth. I've not even spent a night away from Mario. But it's my 30th coming up and my friends are like, come on, let's go out for a night, you know, let's celebrate, whatever. And I'm like, okay, but if we go, I need 2 nights, because even if I have a few drinks, I know the next day, I can't go hard to be the best present parent. You just want to, like,
you need energy, don't you?
Yeah, exactly.
Right?
And even though I won't be drinking like when I was at uni days, whatever, even just a few I know will get to me because my tolerance is so low. Like, because obviously I don't really drink. It's been like, pre-pregnancy.
And travelling also makes you tired as well.
Yeah, anything makes me tired. I get really travel sick. I get really, really travel sick. So I was just like, I need another day then, because I don't want to come back to a Rio and be tired.
Yeah.
And that's just, it just shows, like, I don't get people, how can they can just overly
to forget everything.
Yeah. And like I said, it's okay. I'm a believer of it's okay to have a glass of wine every now and then. It's okay to go out I'm going out with my friends, like I said, on my 30th birthday.
100%.
That is completely okay. But if you're sitting there every day,
Actively drinking
to forget,
what's the issue? Have a think about what the deeper underlying issue is, because that means there's something that you probably need to bring up, come to terms with, and talk about.
Yeah.
Okay, and I do think sobriety is becoming the new cool. And
I do think it's more and more.
I think it's because alcohol's expensive. To go to a club and to buy a drink, go to a bar and buy a drink.
And it's not even that. Don't you feel like the weeks, like back when I like uni days, whatever, or even after that, when I'd go out on a night out or whatever, the weeks where I didn't do that, I'd get so much stuff done. Like now, if I did that, I have too much stuff going on to even miss an hour. Literally, my life is go, go, go. I'm not joking. I feel like the past few weeks, I think the last thing I watched was that Unknown, which was ages ago, like a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
I've not watched anything on Netflix since. I don't get, like after, when Aria goes to sleep, people probably think I sit there, put Netflix on. No, I'm doing my work that I need to do.
Yeah.
And it's very, because Aria don't go to nursery yet, so it's very, very full on for me. I am the only parent here at the moment. So when he goes to sleep, and then I need an early night, because I don't know how the night's going to go.
You have to get up the next day.
Yeah, and I might even have to get up in the night. He was ill a couple of weeks ago. He was getting up loads in the night. Even the other day, not yesterday, the day before, you don't know with kids, especially when they're this young.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to sit there, have a proper late night. So I need to get my work done, get to bed.
Yeah.
And I just can't imagine, drinking does make you slow that week. Yeah. I need my brain extra fast right now. I have actually got anxiety for my birthday weekend.
Why?
Because it's going to be the first time I go out properly since
having him
so long.
Okay.
It's okay. I think I've got more of the, I think it's just, I have got a lot of anxiety. My parents are great with the Rio. But
they are.
Because it's my first time.
Yeah.
He'll be over one, and he's really, really good with them, and they know the routine.
But your mum and dad raised you and you turned out fine.
Yeah, it's true.
They know how to raise children. I think it's more of a, I'm like that, Mum, no, don't talk to her. You need to do this at this time. You need to do that at that time. And it's like, actually, let's take a chill pill. Let's take a step back. We aren't rotten.
I think I don't know why I get a bit of mum guilt, but then I'm like, it's my 30th. It's literally like 1 or 2 days, like I just said. It's like 2 days I'm doing it. It's not like we're doing this
Oh my God, that is, enjoy yourself. It's your 30th birthday. Enjoy yourself. I think that pretty much wraps up our episode.
That was good. So that was questions from ChatGPT.
We'd really like to hear what you have to say. So please comment below. Let us know your thoughts on some of the things we've spoken about. And also, if there is anything you want us to raise or talk about, we would be more than happy to do so. So just leave us
we
a
want
comment.
this to be your safe space, and we want to be, like we said earlier, it's not some of this stuff is not the easiest things to talk about. So we want to be your voice.
Thank you.
Okay,
bye.
bye.